Hello, it's Etharal here, and today we are back with another Stellaris game, and this is where we are back with the Tau Empire. Finally managed to get it all sorted. If anybody has seen my hiatus video, and I thought, after a while, it's been a good week and 2 weeks sort of thing since we've played the Tau, and I thought, you know what, we'll finally get around to actually getting another video uploaded and get playing on these. So we have been doing more than a fair bit in this game. We are definitely, I'd say, into the final end game phase. All of the exploration and colonization has been done really, and so now we do need to start looking at trying to actually expand through military. And the way that I am going to do that now though is I'm going to start looking at building up my armies. So we're going to try a xenomorph army there, as you may have noticed that I'm looking at putting up. They are better troops just in general. They do cost a lot more though, so you have to be careful with how many of them exactly you do put, but we are going to start to claim those with the intention of, once we have built up an army, a larger army than the one we currently have at Tau of only 11 forces, we will then be able to move on the Eldar and take them out and make them wish that they hadn't expanded so much. They are going to be our main focus, and see if we can't remove some of their lands. Going to try out a couple of different war victories for this one and move things around a little bit. So here, we're just trying to have a look, see what it is we're doing. We are still wanting to colonize. We do have the ability to be able to do multiple ones at the same time. And so this one I'm going to be looking at focusing, trying to grab those last couple of places if I can down in the southeast and just round that up. It's not likely to happen, but you never know, it could, work all out. You can see as well that it does seem like our protectorate vassal peoples, their colours have changed. They were red and orange and black stripes. They are now just their own black, so they have improved a bit, and though they are still very much in the complete centre of our empire and not of very much use really, they are pretty much going to be ignored, but we're going to keep them anyway. And here you can see that the Eldar, they have expanded very far, they have continued to, and so we're going to need to push further, I believe, into them. We're just having a look around. So these Dark Eldar down here are overwhelming compared to us, so I think it's safe to say that we're not going to be going after them anytime soon, although they are going to eventually be something that we are going to have to deal with. I'm not quite sure how we are going to deal with them, but we will, I'm sure, find a way. Some point in the future we should be able to work something out with any luck. And here, just looking at building some, again, more research, usual sort of stuff, nothing really unsurprising, and that one's going to take us quite a while, 111 months. So that is, yes, it's going to take us a long while for that new research. You can see here just the size of the empire. The Tau Empire here really is a very, very important force in this sector of space, and just somebody that are really going to be able to push people a good bit further. And so here we're going to finally colonize this new planet, so that is another one that we can now grab. And there we go, we have colonized it. So it is now going to start expanding our borders even further, wrapping around those green guys down to the south of us. And so here we're just going to have a bit of a flick around them. Not really sure what I'm doing here. I've got 4 sort of colony ships, and not so much don't know what I'm doing. Actually, that's maybe a bad way of putting it, but can't quite decide exactly what it is that I want to do. I've got a lot of options here. So we're going to build up another actual defense platform. We're going to build up a star fortress this time, one that is considerably more powerful than the defense platforms that we do currently have, and so that just to help defend our actual main planet just that little bit more, and just improve the defenses. We're going to move our first fleet back. The first and second fleet now are both at the same strength, and we have more than enough naval capacity that we could get. We could actually double these forces and have close to 100k worth of ships, and that's something we should look at doing in the near future, or at least sort of getting there sort of thing, not in the distant future, that's for certain. And though this one here, you can see we're just building up our navy as well. We're going to start to move all of these guys through. As I mentioned, we want to get these people into the point of being able to actually attack the Eldar. So we are going to move all of our people through into the borders of looking at actually attacking people. And it looks like we have gotten quite good luck there with having a load of rare technologies that we can research, so that should be good. There's going to be a lot of options for those there. Here, science ship here has decided to, the guy running it has decided to pass away. I'm going to move that back basically just because there's not really much need for it. I mean, we've got 2 science ships still, and we're probably going to get rid of this one, or just have it sort of chilling back there a little bit. There's not really any need for it, I don't think. Here you can see this is the guys who are protectorate. They are not too happy with us. They're probably going to want to try and claim their independence. When they do try and claim their independence though, well, they're going to regret trying to do that if it is something they do decide to do in the future. And here we're going to expand out the Gathrika sector a little bit further, and this one now should be at the stage where we can colonize it nice and easily. So we will send this spare colony ship to go and actually claim that one. Is one thing that we do have is we have a lot of, you know, colonies and things here. Colony ships, we've got 2 now in effect, that are just kind of sitting around. They're not really doing very much. We don't really need them, and we don't really have the influence to be able to expand them as far as we would like, which is definitely is a shame. We would like to try and expand a little bit further if we could. So, got a lot of options here for what we can do now. We can, I think, attack, and I think we are going to be looking at attacking the Eldar in this video, so do keep an eye out for that one, and I am going to just decide to sort of jump and speed things up ahead a little bit. You can see there are armies. We've got now 23 forces, so we could very easily attack them, particularly with bombardments and things like that, to be able to remove as much of their defences as absolutely possible. So I think that's something that we are going to have a look at starting doing in the near future. Here, just going through those, sort of looking at our planets, making sure that we can keep them as absolutely up to date and as improved as we possibly can. We want to make sure that they do very much keep moving ahead and keep being able to benefit our empire as much as we possibly can. That's the main aim here. What is going to benefit the empire most? That is the really important thing, and the thing that we do need to remember to keep in consideration at all times. So that's what we're looking at doing. We're going to move this second fleet as well to move there. So we're going to try and, basically the idea that I'm having here when I do decide to attack the Eldar is I want to try and pinch this bottom sort of south area of their land. So we're going to have our first fleet and all of the attack vessels. They're all going to come in from the eastern area into the Asgard and Philamir. I probably pronounced that wrong, but one of the Eldar lands, and then the other fleet is going to go to the other one, remove all of their stuff, and just try and see if we can't force them back a little bit, and basically make sure that these places are not really all that usable for them. At least that is going to be the plan. Should hopefully work. We will have to wait and see how that does go. Here, just having a look around, seeing what it is we can do. We can try and get them to abandon the planet, so that means that they have to, you know, remove their stuff that they have built on there. It's about the closest that we can do for them. It will knock them back, and then they'll have to come in again with their actual construction people and rebuild everything. Ideally, I would like to get it to be a way that they lose their borders on it. That would be the ideal one. And what I probably should do is look at where it is that they've actually colonized, and then take those colonies and basically force them to abandon the colonies rather than just abandoning their stuff that they've built there. Might be a little bit of a better way that I could have done it, but it's something that I've decided not to. Or maybe even as well, the other option could be to go, right, I want you to liberate some stuff, and then when they liberate it, then declare war on them to vassalize those people as well, and things like that. That is another option that we could take in a war. It's a very long-winded way of doing it, but it is a way that you could do it. So here you can see our two forces have smashed into their guys. So we're going to go around first of all, and we are going to remove all of their stuff that they are using to get bonuses on these things. Just cripple their economy as much as we can is the intention. They do have those places, you know, that are actually sort of satellites that are defending them, although the satellites are not really doing a great job of defending them against a 22k strength fleet. Here you can see just how quickly we're wiping these guys away, and, you know, not really of any threat. We're going to look at, as well, as I mentioned, you know, putting all of these fleets together here for the transports. Once those transports are all there, give them a general as well to be able to help with that. And so we are going to move them through in that way. And it looks like we've got an ally as well coming in to help us out a little bit with a 2000 strength fleet. Not as strong as ours, 10th of the strength, but still regardless, something worth respecting. And so here, I think as well, what I might look at doing in the near future is I am going to look at trying to get to now maybe have a third fleet, so have 3 fleets that sort of, or maybe improve these a little bit, and then have 3 fleets that are at sort of 25,000 in strength. That might be the ideal sort of situation to be in. Give myself as much maneuverability as possible to try and have 2 attack fleets and then 1 defense fleet. Maybe I've got, you know, renaming them for exactly what it is, just so I can keep a track of it and everything like that. Might be the basic sort of plan that I think that I'm going to go for. And so here you can see we have just, you know, we're wiping the floor with these. This is not really anything difficult, and it's going to be more of, I suspect, a long slog more than anything, rather than actually quick, being able to attack them easily. And so here you can see this fleet now, it is coming in, it's got 22 attack and 2 xenomorphs, and they're all going to land on that planet and likely probably occupy it without all that much difficulty. We've removed all of their defenses, so we're going to move our fleet through to start bombarding Equinox as well, so that way Equinox is going to be able to be ours. And there we go, the 28-4 has now been claimed and is being occupied by us. There is a 17 fleet as well, still in orbit, so, you know, definitely a good one to be looking at claiming. And so we're going to then move into these ones as well, land that army down there, and that'll be 2. We're already at a 17% war score, so things are going, you know, really, really well. It's just, it's a slow slog more than anything, I think, is going to be the situation at the minute, and that is going to be the bit that's going to take a long time to actually get anywhere, which is more than a little bit of a shame. But we have managed to claim 2 planets, I believe, near enough now. And yeah, so we're going to be occupying, I mean, we're still trying to occupy this first planet, but, you know, we are, there we go, we're going to be occupying the second one. We've just landed 25 guys in. I mean, you know, it's now in a very, very good situation. And so we're going to move around onto, well, I was planning on moving on to the third one, when, as you can see here, it does seem that they have decided to land some of their, or trying to land some of their forces. Not something that we can allow there. We're going to have to move in to stop them. And so let's take out these troop transports, which is likely what they are. And yep, those transports, strangely enough, did not even stand a chance. That was only really going to go one way, though. You know, it was never going to be a case of that was going to go very well. And here it looks like there's another transport fleet that's decided to come in. And yep, they was only one of them. No, that was not going to happen, is in basically the long and short of exactly how that one went. So here, everything, I mean, it's going pretty well. I think I could have probably, looking back on this now, maybe had kept both of my fleets in the same area. You know, have one fleet bombarding, then using the other fleet to move around and intercept things like this, where their guys are landing and everything. I think that maybe might have been a sort of a smarter way to do it, I guess, would be the way of putting it. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still, it's going very well. It's not going badly. The sites were already up to 24% war score. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Etharal. Do be sure to hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy the video, and I shall see you next time here at EGN.